Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, way crispy, airy. But let's get on to the unpopular opinions of today's episode. People who close window blinds on airplanes have lost the joy of living. Now listen, I hear that people sometimes close the blinds on airplanes because the reasons why, because some people probably are afraid of heights. Some people probably just want to sleep, chill, relax, all of them settings there. You have to think of that person as well, because obviously, for me, in general terms, I'm afraid of heights. When it starts doing the thing from takeoff, my brain is automatically thinking, I don't want to see us taking off where the plane is doing the shakety shake stuff, because it's going to make my stomach turn even worse. I don't want to see that. So for me, the blinds have got to stay closed. I don't care what the stewardess is saying. We can't keep the blinds. We have to keep the blinds open when we fly. I'm not looking. I just look directly at the chair in front of me because I don't want to see what's going on in that window when we're taking off. It's going to scare the crap out of me. I might even crap my pants. I probably wouldn't. I haven't done that yet, thankfully. But it probably would make me throw up because obviously I'm not so good with heights. So for me, it's a no-go. I don't want to see it. But on other terms, I heard that other people probably would want the windows closed, maybe because they want to sleep, they want to rest, they want to relax. So I hear that. That's another factor still. That's why sometimes they have to keep the windows closed for themselves. But that's their thing. Next one. Most people don't actually want honesty, they want agreement. I feel that there's a world nowadays we live in. The majority of people don't like honesty. The majority of people would want you to tell them a bit of the truth, but not every part of the truth. You want to tell them a little bit. You kind of want to blow smoke up their backside and make them feel like they're superior in some sort of ways. Do you know what I mean? You just don't want to tell them the whole harsh realities because this person's going to start getting in their feelings like they're Drake and that. Do you know what I mean? Trying to sue people next minute, and next minute dissing someone out, and that person's coming up with a diss record back to them, and they're going crying to the lawyers and that. It's not looking great at all. But this is what some people like to do. Sometimes the best case scenario is just to tell that person, do you actually want the honest truth from me? Do you actually want it? Because if you do want the honest truth, I will give you it. I will lay the smack down on your candy ass. Believe that. Do you know what I mean? You have to hit them with the rocks phrase and that. If you smell what I will be cooking in a minute, because I'll be cooking something up for you. Trust me on that one. If you want the honest truth, I will give you the honest truth. Do you know what I mean? But you will hate me afterwards. I know why you want to hate me, because hate is all around in the streets lately. Do you know what I mean? The next one. Telling people to pick better jobs is done, as jobs that work you to the bone and can't keep a roof over your head should not exist. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, trying to find better jobs, I've had, let's say, aunties on my case back in the days when I was working a job that was literally simple for me in terms of where I was still earning enough money, but it obviously wasn't enough to get me a place of my own. Still really don't have a place of my own, but it is what it is. That's for another time. But back in those times, my aunties loved to tell me, hey, what do you think? Maybe you should just quit this job because this job's not giving you enough. This job's not doing this for you or that for you. But what it's doing actually is helping me with my social life because I have more time to socialize. And the people I'm socializing with are people I'm getting along with in that company. Do you know what I mean? I got along with a lot of the people that I was working alongside of. Because let me tell you what, we all had banter. We all could take banter and give banter. We worked together as a community. And we fought together during things when it was getting tough, mad hours, staying late, early morning, all of that. Do you know what I mean? We stuck together and we kept battling, but we kept having the banter. So that was what was keeping me there. I stayed there for about 4 years. 4 years of my life staying in that place. But it was some of the best working places I've ever worked at. The money wasn't great, but the people there were the reason why they kept me there for the longest period of time. That's my longest ever job. True talks on that one. But I just feel like sometimes you have to be where you are comfortable. If you're comfortable there, stay there. Don't let anyone tell you you should leave something for something else and you go on to something else, because this is what I did. I went on to something else, and that something else didn't work out for me. Do you know what I mean? It turned out to be the worst decision that I made. So it's one of them things, to be honest. You just got to do what you feel is best for you. Forget what anybody else says. Now, actually, let me scratch that. Let me actually say this. Fuck what anybody else says. Do you know what I mean? Congratulations, kids. Merry Christmas if you heard that. That's one for you. Early Christmas present and that. Don't tell your mum. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going on to kids again. Rewind. Let's go. The city that you enjoyed in your 20s isn't trash now. You're just old. I think it's a bit of a different story. I think the city nowadays, obviously I live in London town, it's a lot different to when back in the days, the ends, when you go into a party, the raves were great. Do you know what I mean? The music was banging. Now you have to pay to do this. You know what I mean? There was free music, free raves. You go to a barbecue settings, people just getting along round to someone's house, playing some PS or just chilling with the man them. Do you know what I mean? All of that. Now it's just online things, and you're not really having the social skills nowadays. Do you know what I mean? And able to enjoy yourselves. Parties are not partying anymore. Do you know what I mean? The music, isn't just the same as the music was back in the days. Back in the days, the music was hitting, thumping, good music to dance to. You get the rhythm on, you find a girl, you do your grooves and that, and then maybe she'll want to take you home, or maybe not. Still, you still had some fun, decent night, drinks were flowing, drinks were cheap also back in those times. So let's not get me started. Traveling to and from was cheap. Do you know what I mean? All of that now is down the drain because things have gone up here in this country, and it's so expensive to go out there and have fun nowadays. Do you know what I mean? If you want to go to a bowling alley, how much does it cost to bowl? Probably like 20 or 30 pounds just for one lane of bowling. Back in those days, it was about 10 or 8 quid, maybe even less than that. But this is what it is now, extortion at its highest. Do you know what I mean? Going to the cinema now. Look at the ticket prices for cinema. I'm lucky, obviously, cool. I have a Cineworld card. Big up, other cinemas are available in that. I have a Cineworld card. Do you know what I mean? I only pay about 19 something a month for the cinema. I can watch unlimited films as much as I want. So I would say to people, if you are a cinema goer, go and get yourself one of them. Cheapest thing to get. Trust me, saves you a lot of money. You watch as much films as you want. Boom. But obviously, I think it's 4DX and all that. You probably have to pay extra for that. But obviously, it's 2D films. Yeah, you're covered with that one. But still, it's just different, man. It's really different. The vibes are different. People are now on a hype thing as well. Kids around the blocks want to just try and do all these madness now. There's not actually settling things out with just mouths and actual fists now. They're settling things out with just pulling out a shank and stuff, which is crazy. But this is what it is in this current state. Do you know what I mean? The city is not the same anymore. It is trash. And that's all I got to say on that. Next one we come to. This is a controversial one, someone is saying. None of the Avengers movies were good. Now, this person is definitely on something. I don't understand what this person is on. But listen, there's some people that don't like Marvel movies, and that's fine. That's your own opinion, but I love them. I think they're absolutely excellent. Especially for me, Infinity War was my best one. I loved Infinity War. It was incredible. Do you know what I mean? Civil War as well, Captain America 2. Those were some of the finest Marvel movies. Avengers movies produced. Do you know what I mean? Those really hit the bone. Had me feeling like I was part of the Avengers team, even though I was not an Avenger. I was just a man watching a movie. But I got up in the edge of my seat. I was excited. I was feeling it for true. Doing the dance in my seat and all of that. Pause. Do you know what I mean? I was getting happy feet, doing all that, like the penguin and that. Man was feeling it. Trust me, man. Believe me. You know what I mean? People would say, well, you're too old for that. Shut up, man. Listen, you do what you like. As Stormzy said, my mind said, shut up. You do what you got to do, man. Watch as much films you want. You're still a kid at heart. Do what you have to do. don't let no one tell you you shouldn't be doing this. Parties when you want to party and go watch as much movies as you want. But I disagree with this person. Avengers movies were excellent. Do you know what I mean? I thoroughly enjoyed all of them. The next one we come to. Is it wrong to play music at the beach through a Bluetooth speaker? No, it's not. It's not wrong. I think obviously when you're going to a beach, when you're going to a park, when you're going to places like that, it's time to chill out, it's time to relax, but at the same time, it's time to have some fun. There's people out there playing volleyball. Music will probably get you through playing some volleyball as well. So I don't think it's a bad idea to have music when you are out and about, especially in playing at a park or playing it at a beach. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's actually great. It's more relaxing, probably gets even more people joining in, where it turns into a social gathering. So then you can make more friends. Do you know what I mean? You can make more vibes, you can go out with more people, partying the night away, doing all of that, dancing and everything. So it helps, do you know what I mean, for social skills and everything, for you to be more of a socialite person. That's if you want to be a socialite person. If you don't, then don't play any music in it. Simple as that. Cool. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for this end of this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Till next Unpopular Opinions, I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Before that, big yourselves up, guys. You know what to do below if you're feeling this episode and all of that. But thank you for your time. As I said, I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Let's go.